So, in the previous video I've told you about 6 sources of inspiration that I use not to encounter this horrifying writer's block that nobody likes. Today I'm gonna tell you about another way not to get stuck with your current writing and let your inspiration work as it will seem in a vacation mode. Girl, what are you talking about, you'll ask me. Sit and listen, I'll explain. The writers at some point meet the situation when we on one hand want to finish that book, for example, we're working on and finish that damn chapter, but on the other hand we're not really willing to write this chapter, but something about this book or some other story about like its characters, plot and setting and something else. At this point, most of the authors are trying to make themselves to write and finish that damn chapter, but committing a failure, killing all the inspiration with pressure, which ends up with the writer's block mentioned earlier. In this case, writer can either try out those 6 sources of inspiration that I've told about in my first video on writing, or he can just write down all of those ideas that are currently in his mind, and this way he's not stuck with his current book or scenario and the writing process continues. Isn't that great? I love drafts, and some reasons why I've mentioned in my previous video. Yay! Yeah. And now I'm gonna continue talking why I love them. Drafts. Love drafts. Make drafts. And something else with drafts. Just praise on them. I am weird. I'm sorry. No. Sorry, not sorry. You're welcome to my channel. I am weird. You'll get used to it, if you'll stay. Drafts provide you the raw material that your mind produces and add some depth to your story. All of those little sketches of characters, plots, settings give you a better picture of the story you're working on or the one that came to your mind a couple of minutes ago. And speaking of that, I can't not mention about 2 types of drafts that I love in equal way, because I love all of the drafts that exist. Sorry. Not sorry. Or maybe I'm sorry. I don't know. So, 2 types of drafts. I love them all. Now I'm gonna tell you what the heck are those 2 types of drafts. And you're gonna love them too. I will make you love them. So, the first type of drafts are those with new ideas that came to your mind and that you're not sure how to use, but you don't want to forget them either. So you write them down, and I do recommend you to write always them on some piece of paper, because you will for sure forget them. In my case, I even have a separate notepad for all of those ideas, so that all of these ideas for a new book, scenario, or story in general would be in one place. And these drafts you must always write down, because you will for sure forget them unless you're like that kind of person that remembers everything that happened in her life since childhood. But I'm pretty sure that you don't really remember what happened in every second of your childhood. So you'd better write down those ideas, because you will for sure forget them. The second type of drafts are those that you write about one certain story that you're working on or that you're really interested in writing in the future. These drafts, they consist of the notes about the characters, their personality, the way they look, their backstory, their relationship between the other characters, the setting, the story of the world that the story takes place in, plots, subplots, all of that. As I mentioned in my first video on writing, I have separate notepads for notepads or just like files with drafts for this type of drafts too. And it really helps, you know. With them you have a bit better, deeper understanding of the world and characters you're writing about. And it is extremely helpful. And you really, really, really should make them. Just, you know, for the reason so that you won't forget some details of the story that you're writing. And just, you know, so that even if these details won't be even mentioned in the story, it will give you more information about the character, so that her actions would be more adequate and like believable and realistic. So I do really recommend to write all of these drafts too, as well as the first type of draft and the second one too. And it is really, really helpful. And pack all of these drafts, the second type of the draft, in one like place, so that it won't be scattered all over the place, so that you won't be able to find, okay, but where is this note about this like Amelia character, or about this place I called like the Broken Wing, I don't know, something like that. Put them in one place, like in one notepad, or in one, like, this type of thing, you know, something like that. It will help you. It is really, really, it is comfortable, yeah. Comfortable? Is it comfortable? Ooh, I forget English. That's incredible. I forgot English. Mamma mia, what should I do? Run into some meadow, apparently. I don't know what I'm talking about. All in all, write the second type of draft too, so that your story would be more realistic and believable and more like informative and deep, I guess. It will help you. Believe me. Yay. Both types of drafts are extremely useful. First step will provide you the material for your like future further writing, while the second one provides you the information for like better understanding of the story that you already have. Writing down both types of drafts also will help you to continue your creative writing process, even if you're not in the right place to write your like current book or scenario. Furthermore, by writing down all of those ideas that come to your mind will kind of like clear space, so that new ideas about like the chapter of the book that you're currently writing, or the scene if you're writing a scenario, will come to your mind, so that you will continue writing them. And you will avoid any writer's block possible. Isn't that great? All in all, what I wanted to say is that if you're not in the mood to write your current writing, but you have some thoughts and ideas in your head that you would like to write, but you feel like you should write what you're currently writing, just don't resist, don't suppress it, and just write all of those ideas down. This way you'll clear your mind and you will feel more like free, if it can be like applied to this situation. You will relax and you will be able to continue like your current writing with like free soul, something like that. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I hope that you understood what I wanted to say. All in all, what I want to tell you, want to recommend you, is to write down all of those drafts that come to your mind, all of those ideas, and everything will be great, and this way you will avoid all of these writer's blocks, and the creative process will continue, and everything will be great. I hope that this episode helped you, and that you will write more drafts after that, and it will help you with your like writing, make it more like deep and interesting and believable, and everything will be great. And if I helped you, then please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment. maybe you have some thoughts about it. I will be glad to read them, and maybe you will be able to help other writers that come to this channel, if they come at all. So yeah, also if this video was extremely cool to you, then you can repost it on any social platforms that there are, like Facebook, Vkontakte, Twitter, not Instagram, unfortunately, even though you can leave a link there. So yeah. All in all, share, like and subscribe, and it will make me really happy. So yeah. Also you can watch other my videos, like previous one in Russian and English, and my like just vlogs in general. It will be great, and my short film. So yeah, all of the links are in the description, and the contact info where you can contact me if you want to. I don't know why would you want to contact me, but well, yeah. You're welcome. See you next Saturday. Stay great, stay awesome, and yeah, bye!